The entire country is mourning the loss of 17 people killed in a horrific shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. We talked with Pennsylvania State Senator John Yudichak about this latest tragedy to claim innocent lives.
I was heartbroken. I'm a parent of 4 daughters, and when you send your children off to school, you have every confidence that they're going to come home. There were 17 families that got terrible and tragic news. And we are seeing this all too frequently in the country. And there were a lot of factors. And unfortunately, I don't think we've had an honest conversation about the issue of violence, whether it's in our streets or in our schools. There's mental health issues that have to be discussed. There has to be discussed security in our schools. Joe DeLuca, who is second in command at the LIU here in Luzerne County, has been at the forefront of safe schools. We have to look at measures that make sure that no one can enter those schools. This was a gentleman that wasn't a student in the school, was no longer attending the school, and somehow was able to get into the school and created mayhem and murder. So there needs to be a national conversation around the issue of mental health disease, about school safety. There's no question about it. We have to stop these senseless murders of our children in our schools.
Do you think there's anything that can be done on the state level, or should it be left to the federal government?
We've invested in safe school programs, but I do think one of the tragedies here is, and it gets very little attention, is mental health. And a lot of times it's taboo to talk about. But we have to make sure that we're getting to these kids, particularly in the age of social media, where you see study after study where that creates such a negative environment and a negative impression on a child. We have to do more. We have to make sure that we're reaching out, we're paying attention to the signs. There were a lot of signs, and unfortunately we see this in every instant that you look back, and hindsight's always 20/20, but we have to be more vigilant in making sure that we're paying attention to social media, we're getting the assistance to children that are troubled, and we have to do more to keep our schools safe.